My pleasure today to be the Master of Ceremonies to actually announce the winners of this year's contest. But as usual, there's a lot of people to thank before we get to that stage, and I know the guys out the back have been all pacing around. I know some of you have got your favourites, and we'll see just how the outcome comes out. My name's Mike Winlaw, and I'm part of the team at Surfers Paradise Alliance that puts this event on, amongst many others that occur in Surfers Paradise. It only happens because the traders and businesses of Surfers Paradise pay a special levy each year. We take those funds and we invest it in events like this to have people come and stay, to have people come and enjoy the precinct, but also take up the opportunity of a hotel room or a great restaurant or a cafe or some of the attractions or some of the retail. And without you, this would not be possible. So for us, I really want to thank you all. Who was here back when we started in January 2012? Hands up. Yeah, there was a guy called David Johnson. I'm not sure he's in the crowd today. But David came to see me back in 2011 and we started the concept, but we quickly realised what this event could bring to the precinct. And just looking at the crowd numbers this year and as they continue to grow, it really is something that's got a long life. And so thank you all for being such a part of this great event. I particularly want to thank those that travel across the Tasman. We've had the Kiwis, and just say unlucky for last Sunday night, guys. We did have a little joust about that the other day. But for me, it is just a pleasure to have you here, and for all those from interstate, same thing goes. And for all you Gold Coasters, you know how beautiful this country is. Just what a beautiful setting. There's no better setting in the world than sitting here in Surfers Paradise Beach, enjoying great music. I know a lot of you that have been here many times feel like it's a bit of a family, and that's simply how we start to feel, because we see familiar faces. I particularly just want to mention one person. To me, earlier in the week, last Sunday at the Gospel, there was a lady here who was paying tribute to her sister, and both of them had been coming here. Joanne herself had been coming here since 2012, but her sister had joined her for the following years. They had and there she is down the side. And for Joanne, it was a particularly special time, the Gospel, because her sister passed during the year, and so for her, it was a particularly emotional time. Emotional for me too. So I think that's the sort of thing that a festival like this brings. It brings feelings and memories and emotions, and I think for me it's something special. I also had the pleasure at the Legends Lunch to sit next to Duncan. Duncan's probably in the crowd. There he is, right there with his camera. So Duncan and I got talking, and Duncan is a mad fan as well, and so I went back to the office and we have determined that next year this year we'll start an ambassador program. And so the ambassador program will be something where we'll be selecting probably only about 5 or 6 people to actually be ambassadors. There'll be some criteria to be an ambassador, and if you're an ambassador, you'll get some special privileges, but we want to actually extend the word, because when Duncan and I were speaking, it really was around the fact that a lot of what happens in this marquee and through this festival is word of mouth, and we really want to encourage people to get the word out about just how great this festival is. So to me, watch the Facebook tomorrow. For those of you who are on our Facebook, have a look tomorrow. There'll be some criteria there, and we will go through a selection process. If you want to actually be one of the ambassadors, we'll take those nominations, and probably in a fortnight's time we'll announce some winners. So please take the opportunity, because I think that will be a significant step. The other thing I wanted to actually raise was that our marketing team has done a brilliant job over the years, and today we reached 100,000 Facebook fans. So it's a great tribute to Laura and the marketing team for the great job that they've done. So that was a great outcome. To our artists who really have entertained right from last Friday night, our international artists, David and Dee, to all the other artists that we've had during the week. We'll be putting out some advice on Facebook, asking for your comments and for your contribution for who you'd like to see next year. One thing we've already determined is David will be back. So we'll be asking, I say that, I haven't asked him yet. But David will join us, and David will do the first weekend, and then we'll look to bring another international artist out to so that you might enjoy those people. So that's a big issue. To our sponsors, The Island, SeaWorld Cruises and Chevron Renaissance, the extra contribution they make to this event is really significant, and we'd like to thank them for all their opportunities as well. To our MC, Dean Vegas. No better tribute artist, but no better MC than Dean Vegas. Well done, Dean. And a small gift on behalf of the team, so thank you. And Dean has opened up a little boutique hotel in Port Pirie, so if you're ever over in South Australia, drop by. Now the difficult task over the last 2 days has really been assigned to the judges, and I've learned over the years you stay right away from judging, because I can look down the rows and I know that whatever the decision here is today, some of you will love it and some of you will say, oh no. So for us, can I ask them to come up on stage, please, the three of you? Kay Shannon, you know so well. Rusty Roberts and Greg Dower. Give them a big hand, please. Now, for those of you who may be new to the festival, these three people are real experts, and I go to lunch with them, and they're talking about the artists and what the artists are wearing, the tribute artists are wearing, and it wouldn't matter if you mentioned the movie and what Elvis was wearing and what colour his suit was or what rings he had on, or it is just an interesting perspective to have the absolute detail that these three people have got. And Rusty is going to be associated with the Elvis movie that'll be shot on the coast next year, and primarily as a technical advisor because of the level of knowledge that he's got. So what they don't want to do is shoot a movie and have all you guys going, you didn't wear that. So in that perspective, I really need you to thank them one more time and really appreciate the job that they do. Thank you, guys. Now I'm just going to give them a little bit of time to leave the building so that other people don't go chasing them down the road. Just going to take the unusual step of announcing the second place, but I'd like firstly for all the tribute artists to come out and be on stage, please. Next year will be the 10th to the 19th of July. Book your accommodation now. Do they come? Gentlemen, what a great job you've done. And really, we started with 20. Anyone who made the top 10 has really performed extremely well. And for those of you who made the top 7 as it was this year, because it was so close, it really is a tribute to the fact that you've done so well. And can I just say, having observed from year 1 to now, the quality of the voice particularly and the acts is just risen another 100%. So well done to you all. You've done a great job. Now, in the prize money for this event, it's $5,000 for first, and our winner goes off to Memphis, where the Ultimate Tribute Artist contest starts, the Worlds, if you like, on the 9th of August. And some of these guys have already been there, so as previous winners. So in there, we had a special prize this year because it started last year, and our partners from New Zealand offering second place an opportunity to go to New Zealand to compete in their contest in August, in Auckland I should say, on the 23rd of February. And I'd like Karen Wynn to come up to the stage. Karen, thank you for your partnership here, and I'd like to announce that second place in the Viva Surfers Paradise 2019 contest goes to Marcus Jackson. So Marcus not only wins the $3,000, but he also gets his airfares paid across, a couple of nights accommodation and food and boardings over in Auckland in February. So congratulations, Marcus. Marcus has been one of our previous winners and has done a brilliant job over the number of years that we've been operating. All right, in third place, I need to keep opening up my envelope to get that right. Thank you, Jess. In third place in the Viva 2019 contest is Brendan Chase. For those that don't know, Brendan's a proud New Zealander, but he's been living on the Gold Coast, and we've seen him in many media stories over the last 12 months. So thank you very much for all your help too, Brendan, over the last 12 months. It's been brilliant. Now, before I announce first place, because once we announce that, it's almost all over, I particularly want to thank the team at Surfers Paradise Alliance, our events director Christoph, to Alison, to Andrea, to Joe, to the rest of the team that is around outside, to our marketing team who does such a brilliant job, to the chair of the board who sits up there in the white, to people who make decisions but do a lot of hard work. This event takes a lot of time to organise. They've done a brilliant job and really want to thank them for that. And now that Jason and the team are back on stage, thank you guys. It wouldn't be a festival without you. And it doesn't matter whether I talk to David Lee or to Dee Light, they name you guys as the best band that they've ever played with. So you do such a great job. And good luck when you go to the States in October. I hope we're able to afford you next year. And yeah, Yes, Jace, congratulations on the wedding this week. To Dave and Daniel at the back from ELS, they've been there all this week with the lights and the sound. Well done, guys. And I think that's about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner, 2019 Viva, Che Orton. Ladies and gentlemen, Che's got to sing one last song, but we'll just take a couple of photographs and then we will wind it up with a great final song from Che. Well done, Che.
Thank you so much. I don't know what to say really, but thanks for all the support. And big hand for my brothers backstage because they all rock. I'm going to start crying. Thank you. My beautiful wife, Lucy. Love you. Thanks a lot.